welcome back. As you can see, we're not in our normal room today. Today we decided to come outside because it's a very beautiful day outside, and we're also going to do a little bit of a science experiment. So we were talking with one of our pharmaceutical reps that sometimes comes and, they talk about different medications that are on the market, and he gave us this idea of talking about basically what it's like when food gets digested. And so we're going to do this little experiment where we just put different types of foods into these bowls. As you can see, there's all different things in here. I have this apple. Leann has those chips, and what else do you have?
Some butter.
And then we also have this nice little cake with frosting. So what we're going to do is we have these foods in the bowl. We're going to pour water into them. And it's obviously not exactly how our stomachs digest food, but the way that you can see how the water affects the foods really tells you about basically how easy it is to break them down because it's just water. And so based off of how fast our body can process them can tell you, is this food going to keep you full for a long period of time, or are you just going to go back for more because it's broken down so easily? So we are going to pour water in these, and then we are going to wait like 10 minutes and come back and show you what it looks like. All right, so we are back. We let it sit for 10 minutes. No, not all in the bright sun or the hot sun. We put them to the side so they're not like melted. But we want to show you our different things and basically what they look like now. Okay, so I'll start with this one. This is a Nutri-Grain bar. And so this is what it looks like. Kind of tilt the camera here. You can kind of see the water and how it's changed colored. So obviously, like, these foods have dyes, different artificial dyes, so you have to be careful with that. And also it's nice and soggy. So definitely something that's pretty easy to digest that your body will probably get through really fast, and you'll probably be hungry again soon. So there you go.
Next we'll do butter. It kind of stayed in its it kind of just stayed in its form like butter usually is, but there's still residue there in a sense when you take it out.
Next we have a nice little slice of Kraft cheese. I don't know if the video will do it justice in terms of what this water looks like, but it's so murky. Also the cheese changed colors, probably from that casing that is around the outside of it. But you can see it's nice and lovely. I honestly can't even pick it up, like it's literally slipping through my fingers. Oh, yep, there it is. And that was just with water. Like, it's not even like heat or anything, and it's already like melting in my fingers. So you can just imagine what cheese like that can do and how fast it processes through your body. So not always the best choice of cheese.
Next is the cake that we had. You can see that the whole thing is completely disintegrated into the water. It really just looks like soup. Granted, it was ice cream cake, but still.
The icing too is just kind of gross.
Yeah, you can't even tell it was water.
Next we have Cheerios. So here's the Cheerios. They're pretty soggy, obviously, but they actually hold together really well. And Cheerios actually have whole grains in them, so that's definitely a good sign. They're a little less processed in terms of cereal options. Definitely less sugary than a lot of cereal options. I think if we chose something sugary, the water would probably show it, but the water is actually still pretty clear. So if you're going to choose a cereal, this is probably a pretty good choice.
Next we had a Hershey Kiss. This did the same thing that the cheese did, where it turned colors. Nothing was wrong in the water, it stayed intact, but it just got to be a lighter brown. And there's actually, do you see these little bumps?
Yeah.
There's like little white bumps on them. I don't know if you can see that, but that's the Hershey Kiss.
Here's the peanut butter, and I'll tilt it down here. So here's the peanut butter. It stayed together pretty well in its solid form, which is kind of expected of peanut butter because it's a fat and has a high level of fat and protein. It did change color some under the water, which obviously, like, peanut butter that's not natural is going to have some artificial additives. so that's probably the main reason why. But it didn't really disintegrate in the water, so obviously something that if you need maybe a snack that will hold you over a little bit and you're trying to avoid chips, maybe doing like a peanut butter with apple.
Speaking of an apple, that's our next thing. The water didn't change at all within the apple. It just kind of turned a little bit brown, which is normal for an apple that sits out in the air. But the water itself is completely fine, like it normally is.
And you can see, obviously, it didn't disintegrate, so...
Yep, it's completely hard. It's not mushy. And if you would eat it, it would still have a crunch to it.
And the last thing that I have is chips. So these are potato chips. They are very soggy. You can see I can bend it pretty easily. Definitely absorbed a lot of the water. The salt came off in the water and everything, so obviously something that your body can probably digest pretty easily because the water broke it up pretty easily as well.
I have a piece of bread or a roll. The water it's not clear, but it's not dirty either, but you can definitely tell that the bread itself looks completely soggy and it is very mushy.
No, there it goes.
It's just disgusting, literally, like it just falls apart. So definitely this is just white bread. So if it was more of a whole grain, like she said earlier, it would probably stay a little bit more intact, but this is just nothing but mush right now.
And I believe the last thing that we have is granola, right here. Just some oats. The water definitely did change colors, which this isn't just plain oats. It was actually from like a granola that you can get that has other things in it. And it's sweetened. So you can see that like the sugars and stuff came off in the water like that. So if you're gonna do an oats, maybe make your own granola or just buy the plain Quaker oats. You know, if you're gonna make an oatmeal, like buy the plain oats, add your own fruits and everything that are natural versus buying ones that are already pre-flavored.
So we hope that you guys enjoyed this video and that you learned something, and that next time that you go to eat something or put it in your mouth, just think of that cup of water and what it's going to look like in your body. So I hope that makes you gravitate more towards whole foods and really just be more mindful of what you're actually eating.
And we're going to be taking a little bit of a break from our videos just because our patient loads are getting a little bit heavier, so you know we have to see some more patients. But we'll definitely be back with some more fun videos soon. You know, the weather's getting nicer, so we definitely want to do some more stuff outside. But like Leann said, hopefully this video was fun and entertaining to see how these foods kind of reacted in the water, and makes you think about what you put in your body.
Thank you guys for watching.
See ya.